The Boy Who Drew Cats, a Japanese folktale about a boy, his magical cats, and the monster in the dark. In a quiet village where mist clings to the fields, a boy was born, gentle, quiet, and too delicate for farm work. While others tilled the soil, he drew cats, in the dirt with sticks, on scraps of paper, even on the walls of their little home. His parents, kind but concerned, didn't know what to do. Perhaps the temple can guide him, they decided. And so, with a small bundle in hand, the boy set off at dawn, leaving behind the fields and walking toward the unknown. The temple was quiet, a place of discipline and stillness. Echoes moved through the halls like wind through paper walls. The boy tried to learn. He chanted verses. He swept the floors. But his heart was somewhere else. When no one was watching, he drew cats. Small ones, tall ones, sly and smiling, across paper scrolls and even on the temple walls. One evening, the head priest found his work. The boy stood silent, his brush still in hand. The priest sighed. "You are kind," he said, "but you are not meant to be a priest." And just like that, the boy was told to leave. But before he stepped through the temple gates, the old priest placed a hand on his shoulder and whispered, "Avoid large places at night, and keep to the small." The boy walked for miles, through rice fields and forest paths, until the sky turned grey and the wind grew still. Then, rising through the fog, he saw it, a great, crumbling temple, silent as stone. Vines crept over its broken gates, lanterns hung, swaying in the breeze, long since blown out. The place was empty, but not quiet. Every creak of wood and rustle of leaves felt like a whisper. He remembered the priest's words, "Avoid large places at night." So, instead of the main hall, he found a tiny cupboard tucked behind a screen. But before resting, he reached for his brush. On the bare wooden walls, he drew cats, wide-eyed, crouching, ready. Then he curled up in the dark, the cupboard door closing with a soft click. And the silence returned. Night crept in like smoke, slow, suffocating, absolute. Inside the cupboard, the boy curled tighter, barely daring to breathe. Then, a crash, a low, guttural snarl that scraped across the walls. Something was inside, heavy footsteps, the sharp drag of claws over wood. A screen shattered. A scream followed, high, wet, not human. The boy froze. His heart thudded louder than the silence between sounds. A shadow passed before the slats, broad-backed, hunched, twitching with muscle. He caught a glimpse, glistening fur, teeth, and two eyes glowing red in the dark. The cats on the wall stared back, wide-eyed. Then, silence. No more footsteps, no breath. Just the heavy stillness of something. Finished. Morning crept into the temple, pale and hushed, brushing gold across broken beams and torn screens. The boy pushed open the cupboard door. The silence was heavier now, but different. He stepped into the ruined hall, where shadows still lingered. And there, in the center, a creature lay slumped across the floor. It was massive, fur matted, teeth bared. A monstrous rat, still and lifeless. The boy's breath caught. Then he noticed the walls. The cats he had drawn now watched him, sharper, brighter, their painted smiles curled at the edges, and at the corners of their mouths, a smear of red. Word of the temple spread far and wide. A beast defeated, a boy unharmed, and cats, painted cats, at the heart of it all. Villagers came with questions, monks came with awe, and the boy, he simply kept drawing. He was no priest, that much was true, but he had something else, a gift that brought protection, beauty, and something like magic. Wherever he went, people asked for cats, on walls, on paper, on temple doors. Children followed him, watching as brushstrokes turned to life. And though he never spoke of that night, he never again entered a large room after dark. In one quiet village, a temple stands still, and on its farthest wall, a single cat remains. One painted eye gently closed, the other open, watching, as if still guarding the room.